So today I thought it was about time I had a massive clear up in the conservatory. So I went through, I was most inspired to do this, by the way, because look, the kiwi is starting to leaf up, which I'm very excited about. So I was inspired to sort of clean out the cobwebs, because we get a lot of cobwebs up here, clean them out and refresh everything. So I've cut all the pelargoniums right back, so I've cut them right down, and you can see there's new little leaves. So this one was one I probably did last week, and there's new little cute leaves coming out. The same on this one here. So I've cut all of those really back. You can see that the last of those trees that I haven't potted up and got outside yet, so they're potted up and they're in here. Actually, the warmth of the conservatory is actually bringing them into leaf early, which is also rather nice. I cut one of the hibiscus plants back. I also did the same with the sweet peas, so they were getting really long and strangly. So I've just cut them back so they'll bush up nice. And I've got lots of little baby money plants on the go. This is a little calendula. There's some mint. This is mint, sorry, apple mint, larkspur and things like that on the way. So we've had a good clear out in here. Over here the same, good clear out, ready for spring. I just thought we'd check in very briefly with my layer hens. There's nothing really to say about them other than I just wanted to give them a little bit of camera time. We have got an egg eater or two, and I think that's where I've been shutting them in the shed because I'm worried about Mr. Foxy. They've been a bit bored, so it's nice that they can get outside today when I'm around. The eggs production is increasing, so we are getting more eggs, but as you can see, we've got some bald heads, especially on poor old Scruffy. And that's not to do with mating, that's actually to do with pecking order. So there's a couple of hens in here that like to peck the others and pull out their feathers and eat them. There is Skexus. I am hopefully going to do, as I said before, a hatch from the laying flock. I want to try and get as many of the... hello. I want to try and get as many of the Poland eggs as possible. There's Monkey down here, but it'll be a bit of a potluck as to who we get. But everybody is enjoying this slightly nicer weather and being able to be out for a long old day. Nothing hugely exciting to see here, but I just wanted to show you kind of the difference a week makes. So last week I think I showed you the beans, and they were just appearing above the ground, those broad beans, and now you can see just a few days of warmth and we have actual proper little leaves. And then you can see here that I've sowed 1, 2, 3, 5 rows. And obviously as they get taller I will stake them. These are Aquadulce Claudia. And there are a few stragglers. So obviously we've got these ones that are up already, and then in here we've still got a little one. But we have, they'll all hopefully come up. And then we'll have beans to there, and then the remainder of this bed is where I'm going to put in my coriander. And my parsley and my herbs. So this will be a beany herby bed, but it's really nice to have good weather and see this happening. And incidentally, above on these small cordon trees you can also see they are starting to bud. So the plum, no, this is the pear, so the pear is starting to bud, as is the apple, and then along here the plum is also. Well, this is my little Broody Silkie. While she's come off the nest to have a little feed, we can just take a look in. So there's her eggs. They're due to be hatching sometime this week. I've left well alone. When I have a broody, I tend to candle them just to make sure they are a little bit fertile, and then I just back off and let her do her thing. Because chickens, they know what they're doing, so I'm just going to leave her to it. But she's been a very good broody, so she's never hatched anything before. So she's been really good. I know this. I don't normally see her off the nest. I know she's come off the nest because the water and the food pot are diminished. But she'd eaten all the fermented grain from this morning. I just threw a little bit of chick crumbs in there because they were just lying around out here, and she's just having a little gobble up of those. So hopefully this coming week we'll have not only chicks and ducklings from the incubator, but we'll have some baby chicks from this little one. So I'm kind of excited. Well, I am certainly feeling the spring weather out here. As you can see, loads of bulbs coming up. So we've got daffodils, we've got some alliums, these little wild violets are in flower. But the most exciting thing that I've just seen today is not these alliums, but the foxtail lily. So this is the first time I've grown foxtail lily, and I've only got one plant, and in 2017 this had a single flower spike, which was absolutely amazing. And not only has it survived the winter, but it's obviously done rather well because the bulb is split and we've got 2 shoots. So hopefully this year we're going to get 2 flower spikes coming off this foxtail lily, which is rather glorious. And then we've still got the red of the cornus, and we've got these beautiful alliums, and these are really, really big ones. So hopefully this patch, when you've still got the red of this, you've got these alliums, and then you have these giant upright flowers of the foxtail lily, is going to look really, really tremendous. So keep an eye on my Instagram for this, because I'll probably do a little foxtail lily watch like I did last year. Well, we're certainly almost into spring, because look, the kale is starting to flower. So I've just broken the tips off and thrown those in with the chickens, because obviously they're not kitchen scraps because they are in the garden, so I can throw them straight in. But I will need... Thanks. I will need to harvest all of this before it puts all the energy into the flowers and all the goodness goes. So today I'm going to be probably harvesting all or most of this kale over the next few days. This beautiful curly leafed variety, and then this other sort of straight leafed variety, although there's some bubbly in it. I wish I could remember the types, but off the top of my head I can't remember the names. This one has an Italian name, but yeah, I can't remember. But yes, so that's today's job, is harvesting all of this lovely kale to eat for breakfast. I have it with some scrambled eggs, and I fry it up, and it's really, really nice. And then we'll have to think about what we're going to be putting in this bed after it's come out. I think I'm going to do radishes, because this soil is quite fertile, and brassicas, kale are heavy feeders, so hopefully they've reduced the fertility in this soil, so when I put my radishes in, they won't just produce loads of leafy greenness, they'll actually bulk up and make some nice roots. So today we went up to a new auction that we've never been to before in Mildenhall, Suffolk, and it was amazing. I've got some footage coming up at the end of this little clip, just of some of the ducks and birds that are on show. So this is a silver pheasant hen, and she's for work. She's a bit bedraggled, as you can see, but she'll be fine. And over here we have some reeves. So these are reeves pheasant hens. Now I've got 2 reeves because we're going to be rehoming one of the boys from work. So we bought 2 hens, one to pair up with the one that's currently there, and then one to pair up with the son, and so they'll be living here. Now pheasants are not like chickens, so you can't bring them out of their box and just carry them around. They really are as domesticated. They're very flighty little birds, and you can see here they're not moving because they're kind of in shock at the moment. So we're just gonna, as you can see, I've got a towel here. We'll just leave them very quietly to do their thing, and then as soon as we can, we'll get them into the aviaries. But today was a really, really fun day. A nice way to close off the week with some beautiful birds. And coming up, I've just got, as I said, some footage from today.